Senator Shoebridge, do you seek the call?
I do.
You have the call.
Thanks, Deputy President. I seek leave to move a motion relating to military equipment trade with Israel as circulated.
Is leave granted? Leave has been denied.
Well, thanks, Deputy President. Well then, pursuant to contingent notice, standing in the name of Senator Waters, I move that so much of the standing orders be suspended as would prevent me moving a motion to provide for the consideration of a matter, namely a motion to give precedence to a motion relating to military equipment with Israel. Deputy President, this motion is asking the Senate to call on the government to immediately end all trade of military equipment with the State of Israel. And if you want to know why this is urgent, it's because more than 30,000 Palestinians have already lost their lives, the majority women and children, and this government is content for ongoing two-way trade, military trade, with the State of Israel, content to send weapons and weapons parts to Israel to literally fuel the genocide, and then, perhaps as offensively, also welcomes signing new contracts with major Israeli arms manufacturers for equipment that is literally being tested on the Palestinian people as we speak. And the Albanese government has just signed a contract of $917 million of public money with Israeli arms manufacturer Elbit Systems for the Redback integrated turret, which, in the spin of the defence industry, is based on the latest generation of Elbit's 30mm manned turret with the COAPS gunner sight, additional electro-optical systems, Iron Fist active protection system, Elbit's Iron Vision advanced situational awareness, head-mounted display system, and Elbit's ELAWS laser warning system. All weapons systems that Elbit is currently using to kill Palestinian people, to kill Palestinian kids, to kill Palestinian women. And the Albanese government looked around the world and said, yep, we want a bit of that. We want a bit of that. And they've agreed to a $917 million contract with Elbit Systems for that. It is obscene, Deputy President, that Australia is seeking to provide so much wealth to a company that is currently making record profits from the weapons it's literally testing on the Palestinian people. Utterly obscene. And where is it being used? Well, we know it's being used because the IDF posted images of it. It's used on the Etan wheeled armoured personnel carrier, which literally went in on day one of the invasion of Gaza, the first time it's been used by the Israeli military. And the Israeli military celebrated how this Etan 8-wheeled vehicle is going to be featuring for the first time, they said, for the first time, this Elbit's Iron Fist active protection system, designed by Elbit, sold to Australia, bought by the Albanese Labor government. Target detection radar, launcher, countermeasures. How are we possibly a part of this trade? How is the Albanese government possibly thinking that the two-way trade with Israel should ever be a part, military trade with Israel should ever be a part of the Australian public spend? And it's not just this one weapon system with Elbit. The Israeli defence industry, Rafael, has signed agreements with the Albanese government, and you can see pictures of Albanese ministers going to the factories that they've got in Australia. Vali Rafael, for example, up at Tomago, just in the Hunter. You can see Albanese Labor ministers. They're celebrating the fact that the Albanese Labor government has signed contracts with Rafael to produce the Spike missile here. And the control systems for the Spike missile used by the ADF are manufactured in New South Wales. Yeah. And just to be clear, The Spike missile is again being experimented on Palestinian people, and it's an obscene weapon. It's designed to puncture through the reinforced concrete walls of apartment buildings in Palestine, and when they punch through the wall, to release a cloud of lethal shrapnel to kill everything within a 20-metre radius. And not only is the Albanese government buying more of those experimented on with the Palestinian people, they've entered into joint manufacturing contracts, again with tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars of public money. We must stop the two-way military trade with Israel. We must not be complicit in the genocide, and the Australian people deserve a far more ethical government than the Albanese Labor one.
Minister.
Well, the proposition that has been advanced this morning by Senator Shoebridge so lacks honesty, so lacks seriousness, so lacks the morality that the petard upon which Senator Shoebridge hoists himself every day. Because if you're going to be serious, if you're going to have morality, if you're going to have honesty, you know what you have to do? You know what you have to do? You have to tell the truth. You have to tell the truth. You have to have some regard to the facts. You have to have some moral seriousness about the position that you advance. And this political party has never been a serious partner for this government on the most serious international issues. And this proposition that has been advanced is so shallow, is so dishonest, is so designed to achieve only one thing, and that is to dishonestly stoke division in the Australian community. That is what it is for. That is why there are thousands of memes, anti-Semitic memes being circulated in the Australian community, because this show, that purports to be a political party, advances the kind of propositions they do. Now, it's not much better on the other side over here, on the other side of the argument, advancing propositions that are extremist, that use hyperbole, that use words that are designed to divide. Now, one of the reasons that we know that this is the case in terms of the proposition that has been advanced is that it has been explained to Senator Shoebridge so many times by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, in estimates and in here. Evidence has been provided by defence officials over and over and over again. If you just choose to ignore the facts and promulgate a false narrative on this story, all you are about is promoting division, Little bit of shush from you down there, son. A little bit of shush.
Minister, please resume your seat. Senator Shoebridge, order. Minister.
It's like a behavioural disorder, honestly. Unable to be quiet. We sat quietly while you...
Minister, please resume your seat. I suspect that the procedural... Thank you, and please remember to direct your remarks through the chair.
I want to reiterate, Chair, what the government has made clear all through this process. Australia has not supplied weapons to Israel since the conflict began, and for at least the past 5 years. So why is... Well...
Minister, please resume your seat. Senator Shoebridge, it would assist the chamber if you could withdraw that remark.
I withdraw the remark.
Thank you. Minister.
I would also ask Senator Steele-John to withdraw that comment that he made, and I would ask them to cease interjecting. We listened to them and their contribution, and I they give the minister the same courtesy.
Senator Steele-John.
I'm not clear. I'm happy to withdraw for the facilitation of the chamber, but I'm not actually sure which comment you're referring to. But okay, I'll withdraw.
Just before you begin, Minister, I am going to request that we listen to the Minister in silence. Minister.
Australia has a stringent export control framework. It is designed to ensure that military and dual-use items that are exported from Australia are used responsibly. No arms have been supplied to Israel over the course of the last 5 years. Deputy Prime Minister said, Australia's defence export control regime is one which is thorough and detailed as it applies to defence exports or dual-use items to anywhere in the world. This position that's been advanced once again is not a serious position, and it's on that basis that I move that the motion be put.
So the question before the chamber is that the motion be put. Those of that opinion say aye. Those against say no. I think the noes have it. Division required. Ring the bells. Division. Lock the doors. The question before the chamber is that the motion be put. The ayes shall move to the right of the chair, the noes to the left. I appoint Senator Urquhart, the teller for the ayes, and Senator McKim, the teller for the noes. The result of the division is ayes 26, 12 noes. Therefore, the question is resolved in the affirmative. The question now before the chair is the substantive motion as moved by Senator Shoebridge. Those of that opinion say aye. Those against say no. I think the noes have it. Division required. Ring the bells for 1 minute. Lock the doors. The question is that the substantive motion moved by Senator Shoebridge be agreed to. The ayes shall pass to the right of the chairs, the noes to the left. I appoint Senator McKim, the teller for the ayes, and Senator Kovacic, the teller for the noes. The result of the division is 12 ayes and 25 noes. Therefore, the question is resolved in the negative.